This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
You want to say the plot? Mind if I say it?
Okay, I did the plot. Alright, okay.
Chris said I haven't done the plot in a while, and you said, okay, I'll do it.
Oh, I thought you said you haven't done the plot in a while.
Chris.
So I also have an I and am in my name, so I made my own. My name.
Is it like a site?
It's I am Zax Topero Jester.
And Justin.
I wish it would wipe my memory.
The episode starts now.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia, where we revisit everyone's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s. Justin, that's how you do it. Just want you to know that.
Yeah,
there was no pause before after we counted down.
That's not old.
It was beautiful, John.
Thank you.
We counted down. We just went for it. It was
Just
fantastic.
went for it. Just rim right. It was balls in right here.
All right.
Justin, he's very timid. He doesn't.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, how's it going? How's it going, everyone?
Good. Did you have a
You
good week?
Everyone.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah.
I did have a really good week. Trying to think what I did this week. That was like super cool. I went to a bonfire this week.
I wish I had your life, John.
I went on a bunch of different dates. I spent a lot of money because of my income tax checks. Yeah, it was great.
So I guess there's not really much news this week that we've covered, at least when we're recording this. So do you guys want to dive into the show or the movie?
I guess we can dive into the show. So this week we watched Bug's Life.
Yeah.
A Bug's Life. What did it mean to you? What did it mean to you, Justin?
Absolutely nothing.
Wow.
It was like,
Wow.
I saw it, and I was like, all right, that was cool. I didn't really think about it after that.
Okay, I hate that opinion, but okay. Chris, what did you think about it?
I mean, I was never really into it. I watched it when it was roughly on, but
Why the hell we watched this episode?
It's your fucking
it's your
episode.
movie.
Why are you getting mad at us?
It was good.
It was good. It was good.
It wasn't as good as Toy Story. That's where I stand on it. So.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't remember watching this when I was little. When it came to like when I watched it first, but I remember loving this show. This movie. I had at least 10 toys for them.
Nice.
2 of them were Flick in different like scenes of the movie.
Not Princess Ada? You didn't have like a lot of Princess Ada ones?
I did not. No.
You really find her cute? No?
No, I did not. So, I did have a lot of them, though. I had almost the whole entire, like, circus squad. I had Hopper. I had his brother.
Nice.
And then I don't remember the other ones, but I did have, like, 6 of the circus people.
Nice. Okay, I'm glad you liked it.
And then I had the princess,
really
and then I
liked
had
it.
2 Flicks. I did, dude. I loved
This
this.
is a...
So
I
what-
didn't know
so-
you were such a Bug's Life person.
So story time. What I used to do with all the toys is I used to build.
I don't wanna
a
hear
mountain.
this.
I used to build a mountain of like blankets and stuff and act like it was like the anthill. And like
I want to hear
would
what you did
go-
with the stick guy.
I would physically go into the anthill and play with the toys.
Wow.
Hey, this came out in 2000. No, this came out in 1998, and I was 8 when this came out.
Yeah.
I hope
And
you
was
cleaned the
all
stick
about
guy
this
after you
stuff.
got done with it.
I did not play with the stick guy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really remember the plot of this too much until rewatching this time. But yeah, it's
God, I hate
it's
you
a movie.
guys.
It's definitely a film that was made.
Justin, tell me the plot of this movie.
Alright, so you got Flick. He's this overzealous engineer. He's making all these crazy contraptions. The problem is that the grasshoppers offer them quote-unquote protection from I don't know what the fuck they're protecting them from.
That's a good point. I mean, they're all scared of the birds, aren't they? So.
Yeah.
Bigger bugs. They said it was bigger bugs.
Bigger bugs, yeah.
So anyways, even though he goes into the fucking ant city, whatever. So, the food falls down because of Flick. He's got to go because the grasshoppers demand food for them. He goes to the bug city to get bug warriors. He ends up getting these circus bugs who they think they're going for like a talent show tryout or whatever.
Right.
He convinces them to be warrior bugs. The grasshoppers go back. They try to scare him off. Turns out the circus bugs, ants figure out the circus bugs are circus bugs. But then they all get back together. They're all happy. Hopper gets eaten by a bird.
Very dramatically.
Pretty,
Yeah,
It's pretty scarring.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So,
But it's Kevin Spacey, so he deserves it.
Yeah.
Damn. So, fun facts.
Yeah.
I'm about to get some fun facts, Justin.
Is there really a... There's not really a song to it.
Yeah.
It's a Bug's Life fun facts. Whatever. I'm not feeling it, alright? I'm still all...
You're still sick. It's been 2 weeks. So, this was released on November 20th in 1998.
Okay.
You had 2 directors. It was John Lasseter
Yep.
and Andrew Stanton. The music was by Randy Newman, which, in my opinion, there was some pretty good music in here.
Yeah.
The budget was $120 million, and it made $363 million worldwide in the box office. It was 12th that year in 1998. But like it was competing with like some really high-end movies that came out in 1998. Yeah. Like it was Titanic, Armageddon, Saving Private Ryan, Dr. Dolittle, Godzilla, Rush Hour, Waterboy. All those movies came out in 1998. So, but it was 12th when it came to the box office. It did beat The Truman Show. It did beat Mulan. It beat Ants.
Of course.
Ants actually came out a month before this actually came out, which was weird. I thought it came out afterwards.
I have some fun facts about that. All that.
It beat the Rugrats movie. We watched. I don't know how long ago we watched that. It was like first season.
That was first season, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So it did pretty decent when it came to. I feel like 12 is pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it came to like the way that the movie is about, just like Justin gave the plot of it, it was a fable. It was called Ant and the Grasshopper, and that's kind of where they got the idea. So when it came to a bunch of people at Pixar, they used to go to all these like lunches, and they used to just kind of throw out like ideas from like, I guess, like short stories and fables and different things like that, and then they would try to come up with ideas of like just movies. And at the same lunch that they came up with this, they also came up with Monsters Inc. And they also came up with oh god, what was it? Just like stories for Toy Story 2, and they were saying that because it's like pretty easy to animate like bugs and stuff like that, which the animation in my opinion wasn't that great. It was just like kind of Toy Story 1, which was very groundbreaking, but I don't know. I guess it was just a couple years after Toy Story 1.
Right.
So, but anyway, that's all the fun facts I have right now.
Okay.
I guess I'll give you some more fun facts later.
Okay.
But
I have a couple too.
The co-directors, the last thing I'm going to say right now, the co-directors, they also played a part in the movie. They were the 2 mosquitoes that flew into the trap.
No! Harry, no! Don't look at the light!
I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
And then he gets zapped.
Yeah.
What? That was one of my favorite scenes when I was little.
Yeah, that was a good. That was a really funny scene.
Yeah.
Good.
So, yeah.
Okay. I guess I have some while we talk about the history of it.
Yeah.
So there was a guy. So I've read the Steve Jobs book, and he was really involved with Pixar this time. So
Hopper was
kind of, yeah, he owned it. Two stories at the moment that come out about Bug's Life is he was really picky about this movie because he said that Apple II is what made Apple, not the first Apple computer. So he's saying like the second thing you make needs to be great, and so like he was really picky to make sure this one was going to be good. And then also there was a guy who worked for Pixar who left in the middle of them making a Bug's Life and went to DreamWorks, and he made Ants. So there's a lot of drama there, but this movie won out anyways because this is a better movie than Ants, which is not good if you've seen it. So
Ants,
and what we're watching next week is Ants,
which is kind of weird because Ants is so Walt Disney made a movie or like a short off of the Fable, the same Fable that this movie is based off of, and that Fable and that movie that Ants is based off of is more in tune with the Walt Disney thing that he made.
Oh, that's interesting.
More than this one is. So
Interesting.
I don't know. I thought that was pretty weird. Actually, when it comes to Steve Jobs too, they modeled Hopper like when it came to his arm movements and just kind of his mannerisms and stuff like that. Not when he gets angry, but just a little bit of his mannerisms. They modeled him off of Steve Jobs, like when he's
really
doing his keynotes.
Yeah, that's cool. I can see that. Yeah.
So a lot of his hand movements, they actually took them from Steve Jobs when he's talking about Apple shit. There was when it came to like a lot of the voices too. There's a lot of famous voices in this.
Oh yeah.
In this movie, which is kind of crazy that they got so many because I would say around this time voice acting wasn't a big thing.
Right. Yeah, I would agree.
Because the first person that was like a really big voice actor I feel was in Aladdin.
For movies, yeah.
For
you
guys seem super happy to talk about this movie.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, you had Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Phyllis Diller,
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Y'all remember when we went and saw? So a little fun fact about us: we went and saw Whose Line Is It Anyway live, where the cast of Whose Line was there, and they did like their shows or their games where they did in the shows. But we went to go see. Really, we just wanted to see Ryan Stiles because Colin wasn't in there, and Ryan was sick the day that we were supposed to see him, and we were really bummed because then it was just like three guys we didn't know. But the replacement they got was the voice of Flip from Bug's Life. Y'all remember them saying that?
Yep.
Yeah, he was okay. He's a good voice actor.
I mean, yeah, he's fine. Like, when it comes, Dave Floyer.
Yeah, I think his name. Yeah.
He's not really anything like super big that you would say, but he was okay.
Yeah.
It's
weird they didn't get a more famous person to be the voice actor when they had Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. But... So
there wasn't really a lot of stuff about like the voice acting when it came to Flick, but they wanted Robert De Niro to be Hopper, but him and like a bunch of other people like turned it down, which kind of sucks because I feel like Robert De Niro as Hopper would have been super good.
That would have been really good. Yeah.
That would have been awesome. You would have been such a bad guy.
Yeah, I know. That's cool. Okay. All right. You want to get into like plot? Well, we ranked it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, so Justin described the plot really well.
Yeah.
There's a big catastrophe when it comes to the very beginning of the movie where Flick he like throws all the food into the water and they have no food. So I don't know. The plot with the grasshoppers is some of it doesn't make really a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, it's a lot of manipulation when it comes to because the ants are very naive. They don't really know anything.
They even say that the grasshoppers are like, if they figure out they can overpower us, we're screwed.
Yeah, they outnumber us 100.
So I don't think it's as bad as people think because the grasshoppers are aware. If they figure it out,
we're in trouble.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I feel like it's a good storyline when it comes to okay.
I really enjoyed the storyline.
Yeah, compare it to the Ants.
Yeah.
Like the movie
for sure.
Ants.
I only remember
Yeah.
Ants.
It's not good.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I thought the story moved really
plot-wise-
quickly. I thought
Yeah.
it hit its beats.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything extra. It went boom, 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 boom. It was very tight. I would go 5 out of 5.
Me too. I really liked it. It was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. It's a good,
Yeah, I would give it a 5 out of 5. It was very unique.
Yeah.
When it came to like them trying to figure out like the stories, when it came to this, they didn't want to resemble it a lot towards Toy Story because they actually find themselves like writing something very similar to Toy Story at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of moved away from it. Not that they were toys, but
Right.
like
bugs, but the same kind of plot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I think there's definitely a lot of mannerisms of the animation that was very Toy Story-esque. You know what I mean? But like, it was definitely different. Honestly, the animation looks a little dated now, which is surprising because most of it doesn't. But giving it what it is,
If you look at Toy Story though, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So it does kind of look anime.
It's like
what
that
kinda
light
is-
off color.
yeah,
It's really weird.
What kind of is surprising that you would probably see TV shows with the same animation nowadays that
Right.
this movie had.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
is
I'd agree.
scary because
Right.
that's how like much everything has changed when it
Yeah.
comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
No, but the plot I think was really good. It was really creative. They did a really good job on the animations of creating like how they made the bar, like the little trash can thing, and like how they like have all these cereal boxes stacked up for the town and stuff. Like it was really cool the way they did it.
Really good
It's
design.
very creative. Really good designs. Yeah,
all the buildings were named after Staff's kids, by the way, when it
Oh.
came to that city.
that's cool.
So, and in
I
that
really
city,
don't
they
care.
also had that A113
Oh,
number
yes.
that they have in all the Pixar movies too.
And the Pizza Planet trucks in it.
And they had the
See it.
Pizza Planet truck in it that they have
Yeah.
in every movie. I didn't know this, but looking up all the fun facts, they have a Pizza Planet thing in every single animated Pixar movie except for Incredibles.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I thought it was in all of them. I didn't realize there was one
No,
missing.
Incredibles is the only one that does not have that, which is
That's
I don't know.
interesting.
I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want to get into the next one, the next category, the acting?
All right.
Yeah, so the main
Or main
characters.
characters, yeah.
I would say the main characters are the princess, Flick, Hopper, and then the circus people.
Oh, okay.
Would I don't know if Dot would be a main character. I don't think
Yeah, not really.
Nah. The only one that doesn't do it for me is the princess. I didn't find her like plot, like her motivation real, like how she like is scared about being the queen. I didn't really get any of that.
I feel like she turned on him like super fast. Like she hated him and then she like loved him.
Yeah. That's the only one I found that wasn't believable. I loved Hopper.
She's kind of bland.
He's a very good villain.
She is very bland.
Yeah, she is. But I liked Hopper. I thought he was a very good villain. The circus people were all gold. The
I thought
ladybug,
Flick and the Princess Ada were pretty bland.
kind of bland. Yeah.
You thought who was bland?
I thought Flick was pretty bland too.
Yeah.
Flick bothered me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it was about him, but he really did. I didn't feel like he bothered me when I was little,
Right.
but
Right.
he bothered me a lot now.
Really.
Yeah, at least at the very beginning, because he screwed up on everything. I was like, man, I didn't feel like he was that much of an idiot when I was growing up.
Seriously. I really like the ladybug. He was my favorite out of the circus group.
Yeah, he's
He was
pretty funny.
hilarious.
He was
That's,
pretty
that's,
good.
that's a genius
pretty
idea
good.
too, to have like a man ladybug. But yeah, I would say probably a 4, just because I feel like the two main aren't, but I think the other ones are really strong.
Yeah, it's a 4.
Hopper's
4? Okay.
Hopper's scene where he is talking about the ants and the like,
And he
with the-
kills those 3
Yeah.
grasshoppers. That was super intense.
Guys, order another round because we're staying here. Yeah. What was I thinking going back to Ant Island? I mean, we just got here, and we have more than enough food to get us through the winter, right? Why go back? But there was that ant that stood up to me.
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant. One ant.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss, they're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one?
Are you kidding?
How about this?
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up.
Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life.
It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back!
Does anybody else want to stay?
It was a really good scene too, and really like well done.
Like he yells out like "Let's ride," and they all just start
Yeah.
buzz. It's pretty intense. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I love Hopper as a character.
I think that
He's-
scene in
he's
the
such
little
a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like you don't really because in Disney movies you don't really have like that. He's kind of bad, but
Yeah.
he's not like super bad. Like
He's
Hopper,
scary.
I feel like he's a super like bad guy.
Yeah.
He kills people. Like he just killed 3 of his own gang.
And he's gonna smush Flint's head at the end. Or
Yeah.
Flint's head, yeah.
I also love just the bar scenes, like the mosquitoes drinking blood, or the and all that.
That's what I'm saying. The attention to detail on that stuff is really good.
Yeah.
I think my favorite line is also Hopper's when he's like,
Why am I even talking to you? You're not the queen. You don't smell like the queen.
she's like rubbing her with his antenna. That was so funny. It was
That's
good.
funny.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess I would say it was probably a 4. When it came to all the main characters, you said it was
I said a 4.
You said a 4. Justin,
4.
what'd you say? 4. Cool.
Yeah.
So minor characters. So minor characters, I would say probably Dot is kind of a borderline. I still feel like she's probably a minor character. She's not in a lot of it. Dot, and then like the Queen,
Yeah.
and the rest of the ants, and then the flea.
The flea, yeah. I mean, they're fine. I didn't see anything good or bad about them.
The
to be honest
flea
with you.
is the voice that's in all the Pixar.
Yeah.
movies.
John Ratzenberger.
John
Yeah,
Ratzenberger, the guy from Cheers. Yeah.
Yeah, Ham.
Ham, yeah.
Yeah. It was fine. No one really stuck out. That was kind of the thing, is that other than like there wasn't like other than the circus animals, there wasn't like any comedic like minor characters. You know what I mean? And I know they're not really minor characters, but like there was no one that like you always look to have like a laugh. Like I feel like Mr. Potato Head always made you laugh, and like Rex always made you laugh, like minor characters. But this one didn't really have those kind of guys, I thought.
I don't know. Maybe you would consider like the roly polies minor characters.
Yeah, they're kind of funny. Yeah, I'll give you a 3.
You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. I always laughed at them when they were like doing their bit.
Yeah,
And then like Hopper was like, "No, I like these guys.
yeah, keep them around. Yeah,
Keep them around."
I want to say 3 though. I'm sorry. There's no.
No,
notes
I mean there wasn't. You're right. There wasn't anyone that kind of pushed themselves out from.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna go a little bit lower with a 2, just because I didn't really see anything. Like,
no,
I think that's
you're
the
right.
issue, is the supporting characters.
Yeah.
So just a
What about
little
you,
fun
John?
fact about Dot.
Yes.
Dot, I feel like was a really good character. She was a really good minor character.
Hayden Panettiere.
Hannah Panettiere played her. She, Ashley Tisdale was about to have the part. I don't know if you guys know who
Who?
Ashley Tisdale is. She's really famous from High School Musical.
Oh, whatever.
She's like the blonde girl from High School Musical.
Which blonde girl?
She's just a blonde girl in High School Musical. I don't know what else she's famous for, but she's famous. Okay.
Brothers
um,
fight. Somebody finish it for
Do
me.
you want me to look up what she's
We're
famous
still
for?
brothers. Yeah.
Kelsey told us what went down between you and Sharpay.
I'm more interested in what went down between me and you, man. I was a jerk.
Yeah,
But hey, brothers fight.
they're still brothers.
Anyway, so she had the part, and then Hannah Panettiere auditioned, and she got it immediately. So
Blew it out of the water.
She kind of got passed. She kind of got passed over with that.
Save the ant, save the world. That's the saying. You know?
This girl was also in the Zack and Cody show too.
Okay, so Disney.
So
I don't know what that is.
She's a big time Disney person. Yes.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Hannah Panettiere kind of beat her out when it came to that, which was fine. If you guys don't know, I'm a big Hannah Panettiere fan. So.
Yes, you're right.
So when it came to like a bunch of the people that were in this, when it came to Hopper, Hopper was voiced by Kevin Spacey. If you guys didn't know, if you guys couldn't tell, Kevin Spacey is going through a bunch of shit right now.
Yes, he
is. He met the directors at the 68th Academy Awards, and they asked him. After everyone turned him down, like Robert De Niro and a bunch of other actors turned him down, they went up to him and they're like, "Hey, do you want to play like this really bad guy on our next animated movie?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he said it immediately. He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it."
That's cool.
So they casted him like at the awards.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the next category? It's sorry.
Is it acting?
Yes, voice acting. Yeah,
voice acting. So there was a bunch of famous actors when it came to this movie. Kevin Spacey,
Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Phyllis Diller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hannah Panettiere, Dennis Leary.
Oh.
Leary.
Who is he? Who is he?
Leary. He was
David Hyde Pierce.
Dennis Leary is the lizard from Amazing Spider-Man. Or, I'm sorry, Captain Spacey from Amazing Spider-Man.
David Hyde Pierce, Brad Garrett.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. See, there was like so many famous people that I do not know how they got. Which
Let's see.
Very crazy.
Well, some of them weren't as big. Like Brad Garrett wasn't huge.
Yeah.
Then Dennis Leary, I think, was kind of. David Hyde Pierce definitely was for Frasier.
Right.
That's definitely Phyllis Diller.
Yeah.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus, those are big names.
Oh, Richard Kind was the brother. Yeah.
Like, and they had a lot of talent in this movie. Like, there's a lot of talent. I didn't have a problem with any of the voices. I thought they voiced everyone really well, especially like you mentioned, like the Ladybug. Like, I don't know if that was like a voice thing or if it was just like a decision that they made.
Yeah.
But it was such a great decision to make him a dude.
Yeah.
Because they made so many jokes at the very beginning. They were like,
"Hey, cutie! Want to pollinate with a real bug?" Oh, lady, pop like Papa. Yeah.
So, being a ladybug automatically makes me a girl. Is that it, flyboy? Huh?
Yikes! She's a guy. Francis, leave them alone. They have poo-poo hands.
Yeah,
I forgot about that whole scene.
I'm gonna give you a 5 for the acting. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is a 5.
Yeah.
Done really well.
I don't know. I just they did such a good job casting when it came to all the voices and everything. It was awesome.
Yeah.
The Flea I felt was, I don't know. You guys said that as minor characters you didn't like them. I like the Flea a lot.
I didn't mind
in
the
my
Flea,
opinion,
but
I did like the Flea.
He wasn't in it enough.
Yeah.
I guess, but especially when he caught the bird on fire. Like I just thought that was hilarious. And when he caught himself on fire when it came to the
that is funny how when the bird was coming around, he was like full attack mode, like ah.
So he was saying John when he was voicing him, he was like, man, I just really like this character. Like he's one of my favorite characters when it comes to Disney movies because he's like one of those people that like just gets super angry like super fast and is like he has like really high blood pressure and everything like that.
Exactly.
I just love those guys in voicing them. I was like, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I guess a little bit more fun facts about this movie. This movie was one of the first movies to have one of the shorts at the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
And it was the Jerry's game where the guy's playing chess, the old man's
I
playing
love that
chess.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the first movie to actually have a short before one of the Pixar movies, and that was it. It was also the first movie to have the bouncing light on the Pixar logo, and he smushes the eye, and he kind of like turns around and looks. This was the first movie to have that, too. Toy Story was not the first movie to have that.
Interesting. I thought it was. Oh, yeah, you're right, because it goes right into the... Yeah, you're right. Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess they put it in now, but... like
They put it in every single movie now, but yeah, beforehand, a lot of people think Toy Story was the first one to have the short and to have that logo, but it wasn't. It was this one.
Interesting.
So, I guess because I remember that short, I did see this in theaters because I do remember that Jerry short, the one where he's playing chess with himself, basically.
Yeah.
So,
and they use that animation in Toy Story 2 as the guy who cleans Woody. It's the same old man.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it is.
Cool.
But yeah. They also almost called this Bugs Story, but they were afraid that people were going to associate Pixar with just like having story in every single name.
It's like a sequel to Toy Story.
Yeah. So they changed it.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was gonna called a Bugs Story.
Nice. That's really funny. So the next category is, does it hold up?
When it comes to animation, I would have to say no. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if it came out now, it wouldn't. I think plot and stuff, I think it absolutely does. And I mean, it did really well for what it had to do at the time. I would say 4 just because of the animation. But other than that, I think absolutely does.
Yeah, it's a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Because of the animation. I think because maybe a couple more extra characters here and there. Show us more of the ants. Show us more of the ant hill. Give me more of a, look at the outside.
So you kind of want like a world type of build.
Yeah, show me a little bit more of the world. I get why they couldn't, but...
Do you feel like they could make I know this is probably going into like the next one, like, do you want to watch another one? But do you think they could have made like a sequel to this?
I think they should. I'm surprised they haven't.
I don't know what the story would be, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's probably why they haven't, is made a sequel.
Remember, besides Cars, which was terrible 2 sequels, they don't make sequels unless they have a good story.
That's a good point.
So besides Cars, I think every Pixar sequel has been really good. Or prequel.
Yeah, it's not as good usually, but yeah.
But it's still a good enough story where like, okay, I see why they wanted to make that.
Right.
Except for Toy Story movies. Those are all just good.
So, yeah.
I still haven't really seen Toy Story 4, which is kind of weird.
I don't. It's not as good as 3, but it's good. It's definitely.
It's like saying this thing of gold is not as good as this thing of gold, in my opinion.
Or Boy Meets World season 6 isn't as good as season 5.
Yeah. They're still really good movies.
Still really good. Yeah.
So yeah, the animation kind of weirded me out a little bit. It was just a weird color. But I felt like, just like you guys were saying, story, like it definitely holds up for me. I feel like if they just like reanimated this movie, like it would be awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
It made, when it comes, just because I guess like the animation was like super big at that time, it did make $243 million.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it came to the movie.
It was a big deal, and it was following, obviously it was following.
I was a sucker to it. It made a bunch of money off toys too.
Oh yeah, yeah, you had all of them. Yeah. Well, cool. Okay. So the next category is the. Oh, good.
No, you're fine.
Does it continue watching, or do you want to? Does it hold up, or do you want to continue watching? I mean, I think we keep going down the Pixar line. Next one's Toy Story 2. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you would do this.
If there was a sequel, would you watch it?
Absolutely, I'd watch it.
Would you watch it, Justin? If it was like animated, like kind of towards like the animation that it is now, would you watch it?
Yeah, if they had a good story, I definitely would. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you guys like the outtake that it had at the very end of it?
That's pretty funny. Yeah. That's pretty good.
So this is the first, like, because Pixar movies do this now.
Yeah.
But this is the first Pixar movie to ever do that. The one with the princess like walking out, or not the princess walking out. Did you see where the princess messes up her line?
Yeah.
And then Hopper like gets frustrated and walks out.
Right.
So the person that plays the princess. What's her name again?
Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus. She does this, and it was a spoof on her where she gets frustrated and she goes back to her trailer because she gets so frustrated with people messing up their lines.
That's
it was
really
a spoof
funny.
on that.
That's really funny.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I can see that. That's good. Yeah, I would say absolutely. It's this definitely continue watching. I would say 5.
5? Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
And then like,
what about you, Justin?
I go 4, but it's still
still pretty good.
Yeah.
The last one is me, right? Like I picked my thing. I know it's not probably like the strongest thing, but I was gonna say like the humor of the movie. I don't know. I couldn't really. I was having a lot of trouble finding like a category for this movie because a lot of the movie is like the categories that we already have.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say probably the comedy of it. I know it's probably not like a big comedy because a lot of it is just kind of the story.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean the moth joke is really good. It's a really solid one. The ladybug stuff's really funny. The stick thing is pretty good. Honestly, the praying mantis is like the jokes they have, I would say are pretty strong. Like I would say a 4.
Yeah, it's a 4.
I think the problem is I think just the main characters aren't funny in it. You know what I mean? Like it's these, and I mean I guess you can say they are.
Flick is a very he almost seems like a straight man. At like when he's a straight man, he's a straight man.
Right.
And then and when he's like trying to be funny, like he doesn't really hit the mark.
No.
Right, exactly. Just like when we saw him live, he wasn't very funny.
He really wasn't.
No,
like that was really bad. Like he would try. He was trying.
Yeah,
he really
he
was trying, but a lot of stuff he was trying to say wasn't really landing.
He went after a lot of sexual jokes for the cheap laugh, I think, and it wasn't very good. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, this movie's really, really good. I think early Pixar is just great in general. And I really do want to keep watching more Pixar.
So Steve Jobs did a good job of
nitpicking
when it came to this movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Justin, you said all the comedy hit the mark over here.
Pretty much. I still give it a 4 though, like you said. Flick and Ada, they should have been funnier.
You have Julie Louis-Dreyfus. She's
hilarious. Not funny at all in this.
I know.
Use her.
She's so yeah, exactly. Use her. She's so great in real life. So.
I don't. Do you feel like that would? I mean, I know it was probably writing, and they were trying. It seemed like they were trying to tell more of a story,
right?
Than more. It was like a comedy.
Remember,
when it comes to animation movies, that's how you kind of see it. You kind of see animation movies. You're like, oh, it's got to be funny for it to be good.
Right.
And a lot of this was more of a storytelling.
Remember, you're still not used to using these people, famous people. Nowadays, like when you have like, I don't know, Chris Pratt like in Onward, you're gonna use them. You're gonna let him ad lib. You're gonna let him have fun.
Yeah.
They weren't gonna let Julius Louis-Dreyfus because they were like, okay, you're in here to get some lines. We just want your voice. Whereas you would bring in,
we want your name on this poster over here.
Whereas nowadays you bring in somebody, they're gonna have input on the character. Oh, I think it'd be funny if he said this. Oh,
right. I don't understand because you think you would learn from Robin Williams being in Aladdin, and they just kind of let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Remember, this wasn't Disney yet.
Yeah, it's true.
This wasn't Disney.
This is Pixar at this point.
This is Pixar.
I mean, I understand that, but you learned from that. Didn't Aladdin come out before or after this or before this?
It did, but that was so unique.
Yeah.
I know, but you'd think you would take something from that. You would learn something from it.
But nobody was. See, the problem with that is that's Robin Williams.
Yeah.
No offense to Julie Louis-Dreyfus. She's amazing, but she's not Robin Williams.
No one is. Yeah.
Yeah. So remember, we're still in the infancy of letting really famous people voice act.
It was voice acting is just becoming a thing now, and a lot of people turned down a lot of roles
before
when it came to a lot of this stuff. So, and they see it as like kind of the way that I've read it, like in the 90s, people saw voice acting as more of a demeanor type of thing.
Right.
Like as an actor, like, oh, I'm gonna hit like a low point, I need to do voice acting.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So I don't know. I feel like nowadays people see it as like, oh, I can kind of like release my my talent in a voice type of way now, and less of I had to like show emotion and show different things. They show it during the animation. Like that's their job.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at this point, also they're still just so impressive with the technology. I think that was more the driving force of these movies. You know, like I know that there's a big push by Steve Jobs in this movie to multiply the ants, to make it more and more ants, like being able to be on screen at the same time. And so, like, I know that like this is still a feat in technology that Toy Story was also. So I mean, I think they're probably more focused on that at this point.
So a scene that was really cool that I liked was when just like when you mentioned when it came to the ants, where Hopper, he says something. No, Flick says something about, you need us, and then it pans to all the ants, and there's like I don't know how many ants are in that frame. There's like 50.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's pretty cool that
that
they
was
animated
huge,
all that stuff at that time.
Yeah, and they're all kind of free roaming too. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Also, the line, man, at the beginning with the leaf is so funny. That scene is so great.
Oh no! I'm lost! Where's the line? It just went away. What do I do? Help! We'll be stuck here forever.
Do not panic! Do not panic! We are trained professionals! Now stay calm. We are going around the leaf.
Around the leaf? I don't think we can do that.
Oh, nonsense. This is nothing compared to the twig of 93. That's it. That's it. Good. You're doing great. There you go. There you go. Watch my eyes. Don't look away. And here's the line again.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sawyer.
Good job, everybody.
The princess is freaking out. Oh my God, there's a gap.
Yeah. It's so good.
It's only a couple inches, princess. It's only a couple inches.
That was fine. It's good. All right. Yeah. So great movie. Justin, it's your thing next.
I don't know how this is gonna go over.
Okay.
It's another Saturday Night Live movie.
Oh gosh.
No.
It's a little bit different though.
Which one is it?
Instead of going forwards, we're gonna go backwards to the very first SNL one.
What is that?
The Blues Brothers.
Is it the Blues Brothers?
Oh, interesting.
The Blues Brothers.
Okay.
Oh, I love this movie.
I've never seen it.
I don't know how this will go over.
Justin, you pick one I love.
This is not your typical Saturday Night Live movie.
It's not.
Okay.
This has got soul to it.
Okay.
It's like a cop movie, almost. Like that's what. I don't know. I love it.
This has got a lot of cameos, a lot of music, dancing scenes. I love this movie. It's got some really low-key, funny scenes.
I've never seen it. I'm excited.
I think you might like this,
Awesome.
but I'm taking a chance.
Blues Brothers is awesome.
Okay, cool.
There's so many things that pop out from like the Blues Brothers. It's crazy how iconic it was, and even how iconic it is now. Like everyone knows about the Blues Brothers now.
John Belushi is, basically your big guy. I don't know if there's anybody before him. He definitely popularized the big guy comedy. I think he's definitely. It's very hard for me to say is it Chris Farley or John Belushi who's better because they're so amazing.
I'm excited.
I would probably say it's Chris Farley, but he's such a close second. Like he's so good.
Cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to see this one. I've been wanting to watch this one for a long time. So cool. Okay. So John, where can you find us?
Okay, so you can find us on social medias at Another Man's Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also email us at anothermanspod@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitch at Another Man's Nostalgia. If you just type in Another Man's Nostalgia on Twitch, you can find us there. Our big one right now is YouTube. If you go type in Another Man's Nostalgia on YouTube, you will find every single episode that we have. So we are also filming right now too. So if you want to go check us out on films, you can. Chris waving over here.
Films.
On film. We're on camera right now.
Yep, on actual like old school winding camera film, not digital.
Yeah. We're black and white right now.
That's right.
No, we're on YouTube right now. You can go check us out there. We also have the clips that we actually put into when it comes to the podcast. If you're just listening to us right now, we actually put in the clip on our YouTube page too. So
as long as it isn't taken down. which sometimes happens.
as long as we just don't get like copyright or anything.
Yeah,
we're
happens.
Fine, we're fine. No.
But then you can just enjoy a black screen where that part is.
All right. Anyway, yeah, go check us out on YouTube. We'd really like if you just gave us a like and please push that subscribe button if you go watch us on YouTube. We really appreciate it. Go comment even. Like, I'd love if you could comment about how awful we are. It's fine.
Tell us all the fun facts we missed in the last couple weeks.
Tell us how you wish that you could see Justin's face right now.
And draw a picture of what you think he looks like.
because Justin told me if enough people ask for his face, he'll show
here we go. Yeah, wow. I didn't know that. That's exciting.
Yeah, he told me that.
I don't know what my face is right now, but it probably looks better. I'm going to guess the fleas or something.
It's a caterpillar.
The caterpillar. Oh, look at me, I'm a beautiful butterfly.
It's the caterpillar?
Yep, that's what I have.
Hilarious.
I'm going to go up to a beautiful butterfly.
That's right. Yep.
All right. Anyway,
well,
go check out one of our old episodes before we watch our new one. I guess you can check out an episode that we did last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which was Wayne's World. So
yeah.
we just did Blues Brothers. Or we're about to do Blues Brothers. So yeah, go check out Wayne's World. It'd be good.
Or you can go back to Austin Powers, which is season 4, episode 2, where he talked about Austin Powers, kind of another same kind of comedy of Justin's. So
we need to watch one of the SNL seasons. That would be cool.
Yeah,
that's really hard to do.
Yeah, we'll see. That'd be fun. All right. Well, we will. Maybe we can watch that best of Will Ferrell DVD.
That would just be fives all around.
Fives all around.
That first Will Ferrell DVD is like gold.
It is. It's really good. All right. Well, we will see you next week with the Blues Brothers.
Peace.